Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday. I hope you guys have had a good start to your week, and I hope that you can see me and that you can hear me, because today is the first day of using my new interface, which should have arrived actually tomorrow. So it was a day earlier than it should have been, but at least it gave me a chance to set it all up and check the sound. Obviously, when you live stream, it's all a bit different. So I was just asking to see if everybody could hear the song at the beginning. Hopefully you can hear me now as well. I'm not sure how we're going to do with levels and all that kind of stuff. We're just going to have to play it by ear. But, I mean, I can see that maybe the levels are a little bit high. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can just tweak. Oh, I just tried to tweak it and it maybe didn't work too well. It tried to move the whole thing. So, looks like people can hear me and see me, which is good. So, yes, thank you for tuning in. And, I mean, it looks like things are a bit bright on the screen, or maybe it's just my screen. Again, this is the other thing, that with the camera, there's still that issue of things going really slowly and like having like 15 frames per second, something ridiculous like that. I'm going to see if I can, oh, should I be doing that? Maybe making it darker? Is that better? I don't know. There you go. Well, the sun, hopefully there you go. I was going to say, hopefully that sun disappears at some point. We won't have to look at it for the whole live stream. But anyway, yes, if you can hear me and see me, that's great. And Howard said, yes, the screen is brighter than usual. So yeah, I don't know why that's happening, but I think it must be something to do with the update and the fact that things are all now, you know, a little bit weird with the camera, like they were, or like it was last time. But yeah, there were lots of issues, but yeah, we'll see how we get on with, I mean, everything should appear on screen like it normally does, because those things are all predetermined and set up by myself. So first of all, a huge hello and thank you to the Wings of Pegasus patrons who make this all possible in the first place. You know who you are, and as I always say, they're the foundation of everything that I do on the channel, the analysis videos, the covers, the live streams, of course. So yeah, a massive thank you to these people at the bottom of the screen. Now, tonight we are going to be aiming for 520 likes on a Tuesday night. And if we do hit that target, then we're going to have FilJam number 189. Now, the last FilJam we had, that was with all of the sound issues and stuff. And yeah, theoretically it should work tonight, because I have set it up and I was using my guitar earlier in the day just to make sure the microphone worked and that it was all routed properly, and it did work back then. But of course, playing something from, what is it, Chrome, and going through the live stream, it is set up exactly how it's usually set up, so hopefully it'll be fine. But all the things that should be working, or at least giving me indications on screen, are giving me indications on screen that we're working. So yeah, we will see what happens. Okay, oh, Do Piazza 2006 is still too bright. So I don't know whether, I don't know, can you actually even see me? Is it so bright that it's, I don't know how far down to go with this. How far down can we go? Is that now too dark? I can't judge it on my screen. So there you go. I'm going to leave it wherever this is. So this is the brightness for tonight. There we go. Right. And just to make sure that you can see me. Oh, Cindy says, no, it's fine. Don't mess with it. Right. It's too late now. So there we go. Okay, right. I'm going to leave the settings where they are and ignore anything that anybody says in case they want to make it lighter or lighter or darker. But we'll just push on forward with it, as long as the sound and the visuals are fine. Like I've already said, it's going to be a bit experimental tonight. But yeah, the interface that I was using was a UX2, a Line 6 UX2. And yeah, that's quite an old interface, to the point where even though on their drivers page they say, oh, this will work with different versions of the operating system on Macs, the most recent ones aren't actually supported, so that there are no drivers there, even though my UX2 did work when it updated. And it's all because of this update that I've had to do, because my editing software needed to update and it wouldn't work. And I explained that on the last live stream. It said that I'd saved a project from a future version of it, so that it couldn't load it up, whereas I only had the version that I had. So anyway, I then updated to the most recent version, then I could open the projects, that was all fine, and then everything else, pretty much everything you can imagine, started going wrong. So the problem that I had with my UX2, and for technical people out there, I'm going to explain the problem that I had while actually skipping this advert. And Dean says likeometer. Let's see. Oh, I was going to say, let's see where we are with that. And I did set this up, but I'm going to the right section because it moves, and it had moved. It moves when you start the live stream, or when I start the live stream for some reason. I don't know why that is. So anyway, let's now get that up on screen, and we are at 299 likes so far. If you can hit that thumbs up, that would be great. And yeah, we'll see if we can... Hang on, what's going on behind me? Something has happened. There's like... Did everybody see that? It's like fireworks behind me. And that was entirely random. So that must be basically what happens with this. I don't know if that's something to do with the update or the software. Why would it have done that? And how did it do it behind me? I've got no idea what just happened. But I tell you what, it's when we got the likes goal. No, the likeometer. Let me see if I turn it off, what happens? Okay, nothing happened. Let me turn that on again. And nothing's happened. So I'm trying to work out where that came from, because I don't think that was from my software. That was just random fireworks. So, I mean, what it might be, which is absolutely ridiculous, but what it might be is this new operating system for the Mac that I've downloaded has AI, and it means that it might mean that it just does random stuff. Will it suddenly put fireworks behind me for no reason whatsoever in the middle of a video call? Or, I mean, because we've never had that before. So, yeah, I don't know what that was. Obviously fireworks, but I don't know what was doing it. So, what annoys me about this whole thing saying, oh, now it's going to help you with everything because it's AI, and you don't really know what it's doing in the background. So, what it does, and the two things that it does that I have noticed are two things that I don't want. And the first of which I've now solved, was when you click on a window, or you miss the window and you click on your desktop, it then gets rid of all of your windows. So all you can see in this case is just like the forest and some trees. So then all of your screens are gone. And during a live stream, if I've got 9, screens going on, or 9 windows on 2 screens, they all disappear. So then you think, well, now I've got to get them all back to then try and find what I was attempting to click on, but I might have missed. So yeah, I've got rid of that. But now, and this is a feature that again is really annoying, in order to organize my desktop for the live streams, I have lots of windows and I drag them into different locations. So I've got the software on the right hand side. I've then got the triggers and things to click on the left hand side. I've got another... this is the Facebook messages from Laura, just in case I need to grab pictures from there. We've got the YouTube live chat room on the right hand side, so I can see you guys in there. We've got over here the Outlook, your emails, PayPal, all that kind of stuff. Oh, and while I say that, you don't have to donate. Just watching is great. So yes, for those people that can't resist donating. I think it's important they know between 45 and 60% goes to YouTube through the Super Chat window, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal through the PayPal link, and you can find one of those in the description below. So, yeah, I've got lots of windows all across my screens, and I have to move them in order to organize them. So, what happens now? When I move one of the screens to the top of the screen, because I need to make space for it, or make space for another one underneath, the operating system says, oh, I know what you want to do. You want to make it full screen. And I think, no, I don't. I want to move the window there. So anyway, you move it to the top of the screen, it goes full screen. And then you minimize it because you say, no, I don't want to do that. And then you go to move it again and it makes it full screen. So the AI cannot figure out that what it's doing automatically, I don't want it to do. And I keep changing it to the same size, moving it into the corner, and it makes it full screen again. So it doesn't learn that what I'm doing is saying, no, I don't want it full screen. I want to make it small. So anyway, I've got to go through that 8 or 9 times, and I'm trying to move it into the corner, but not too much into the corner so that it makes it full screen. So yeah, I'm sure there's an option somewhere where I can turn that off. So it's just annoying that they've brought in these new things that are things that they're trying to be clever, but you've never needed that. If I want to make it full screen, you click on the full screen thing at the top of the window. So why suddenly take that out of your hands to make that decision? And it's now assuming, oh, I know what you want to do, full screen. No, I don't. And now this window, oh, I know what you want to make that full screen. No, I don't. And then it keeps going, screen 3 or window 3, window 4, window 5, window 6. The AI is still saying, I know what you want to do. It's like, no, I know what I want to do. So just leave it to me. So anyway, Jay says, Phil, 2 thumbs up gave you fireworks, I believe. 2 thumbs up. Wow! Oh no! It is the AI. It's something I have no control over. Unbelievable. Well, I must have control over this. Now I've just entered a whole new world of potential issues. I'm going to have to try and stop this AI from putting fireworks behind me every time I do a double thumbs up. Oh no. See, okay, here's another feature that I don't want. There you go, you've seen it live. So that's 3 things I've now got to sort out, and that thing, and yeah, making them smaller in the corner. Right. So what if I just do it without thumbs up? What's it going to do there? Is it literally the thumbs up that is I'm literally being watched by AI until I do that. Oh, wow. Okay. Anyway, moving on. I can see that there have been some donations in the Super Chat window, so thank you for that. And is this a YouTube thing, or is this an AI thing on my system? Now, this is the other problem. It's a potential rabbit hole of trying to figure out where is this issue coming from? What has decided? Oh, Karen says, try doing 2 rock horns. Let's see what happens. Oh no, what is happening? My whole live stream's been ruined. Okay, we're gonna have to let's do peace. What happens then? Okay, well, I guess that's like I've just won an election or something. So, oh man. Yeah, maybe I don't think there's any other. I was going to say that there aren't any other things that I can do that I think will be legal. So there you go. I think somebody said do a heart, but I've never done. I don't know how to do that thing. Maybe it can figure out. Even if you do, there it is. Even if you do a rubbish version of a heart, it makes hearts come out of your hands. So, and this is on Mac, by the way. So it's the newest Mac operating system, but I don't know if this is. Oh wow! I don't know if this is an AI thing on the Mac or whether it's suddenly YouTube that's doing it. What do you think? Oh, Karen says, looks like an AI thing. Your live stream hasn't been ruined. Like you said, it's going to be experimental. So yeah, but the annoying thing is that I thought now I'm going to be, back to normal. I've, got the interface working. You can hear me. You can see me. Fantastic. Everything's back to normal and I can just get on with my videos as I normally do them. Now, what happens is during an analysis video, I make a sign that I'm talking about, I don't know, maybe one side being like that. And I wonder if I can say that if you get two bits together like that, it's going to... So if I'm saying that I've got two audio files that I want to actually put next to each other like this, hearts are going to come out of my hands in my analysis video, which is going to look really professional. So anyway, this is the point that I'm making, that I'm going to have to try and figure out. And again, this is just time. Trying to figure out how to get rid of these things that it thinks is really good and a really great thing that you can now do. Anyway, so if stuff happens on screen, now you know it's not me. It's just now AI sabotaging the credibility of my channel. But yeah, well, at least it's not serious on the live streams, and I can actually figure out a way, hopefully, to solve it. I just have no idea what it could be. That's the really annoying thing. And I know that we've got this over here. What's this? See, now this is the thing, that I might have to actually do this while I'm live. And hang on, double thumbs up. Have I found? Yes, I think I have. So there we go. Right. So while I'm talking, I'm clicking on everything you can imagine to try and find where this setting is. And I found it at the top of the computer, top right hand side. It was telling me that I'm live streaming on Mimo Live, but then you get a drop down menu. And the first bit of that was all to do with the audio. But then the Angel Tube live camera portrait studio. I'm going to click on this now. What's studio light? There you go, studio light. So that's pretending that there's a light on me and nowhere else. I didn't really like that. All background. And now I'm... okay, now I'm, in the sky or something? So there you go. Well, that was all quite clever, wasn't it? So, not that I'm going to need any of this, but let me have a look. Oh, so you just click on reactions, and that's something that I now deselected, so that won't work anymore. Does it get anything for a thumbs up? Wow, you get a bubble with a little hand in. So, maybe you can, I don't know if you can program these, because that might be quite good, doing a thumbs up and getting people to hit the thumbs up, maybe. Anyway, if you can hit the thumbs up, I'm waiting for the fireworks. I've turned it off. If you can hit the thumbs up, that would be very much appreciated. So, let's skip that advert. Right. Back to the donations. Paul donated $5. Thank you for that, Paul. And the message is 440,000 subscribers. Most excellent. Let's have fun tonight. Spike those likes, all y'all. How about a plug of the mug? So, let's have a plug on the mug, which is here. If you guys want to get your hands on any of the merchandise, then you can click on the tray underneath this video. And there's a link in the description below as well, just in case you haven't got the tray underneath this video. That link will take you through to the spring.com store, where we have tumblers and t-shirts and hoodies and all kinds of stuff. So there we go. Right. I'm now thinking of all the potential things that might be to do with movements that you do on screen. So I'm going to have to look through the settings, and maybe I might be able to get rid of lots of the settings apart from the ones that I might want to keep. But anyway, I tell you what, I'm going to now turn it back on, because this might go, it might not go, but it might go with the fact that we hit 440,000 subscribers, and I'm not sure if I actually changed this. I didn't change this because I was more worried about actually being seen on screen and all that kind of stuff. And then we have this whole emoticons thing going on. But anyway, so here we go. 440,000 subscribers, which is great. Is it gonna? Yay! It's going to give me some fireworks behind me and looks a bit dangerous. So, yeah, thank you guys for subscribing and hitting that thumbs up. And it takes quite a long time to come in. Maybe we can change that setting. But yeah, thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. You will have to hit the notification bell in order to get notified for all of the videos and live streams as well. So there we go. And I wonder if I'm now going to get rid of that. I wonder if waving does anything. Does it? No, it obviously doesn't capture movement. You have to do things very slowly. I don't know how it works. It's all experimental. Right, I'm going to turn it off now. So that's all of the fun over and done with for tonight's live stream. But like I said, it's experimental. I didn't think it was going to be experimental in that sense, but it's experimental as well with the interface and the camera and making sure that everything works. So yeah, thank you, Paul, for that. Jade has donated $4.99. Oh, yeah, Jade said, Phil, 2 thumbs up, gave you fireworks, I believe. Thank you for that. Vicky donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Vicky. And the message is, your explanation of your setup is very interesting to see and hear how you work. I hate AI, is a pain. Rock on, Phil. Stay calm. So thank you for that. Oh, yeah. So I got distracted with the whole AI thing. So the problem that I had with my UX2 was that, and this is so weird, and I couldn't figure out, I mean, hence buying a new interface, I couldn't figure out what it was. So what happens is, in your system, you set up what you want to be the input and what you want to be the output. So the input, I've got my Scarlett interface, which is, you know, the microphone, my guitar, all that kind of stuff. So more of a kind of studio thing that I'd use to get stuff to go into the computer so I can record and all that kind of stuff. Now, the output is purely where you want to hear the result of that, and it will be your speakers. So the problem that I had, and first of all, the problem was that whenever I recorded something, as you guys would have heard in the last live stream, I had this kind of crackling and you know, I don't know, like static sound over the top of whatever I had recorded. So what I did was I changed the output to the Mac Studio, and it's just a little thing, you know, the Mac Studio. So it's got little speakers on it, so it's not very good. But when I then played it, actually no, when I recorded with the output coming from the Mac Studio, it then didn't have the crackling sound on it. So I thought, well, that doesn't make any sense because the recording's happening in the computer. It's not coming out of the speakers. So the output should be totally unaffected. So I changed it back to the UX2 and yeah, same problem. Changed it to the Mac Studio and now it was clean. So anyway, I then, because I had to use the UX2 because I didn't have the new interface, I then had to set everything up in mono, and I just ran it through the Mac Studio and had to kind of listen in carefully to hear what I was doing. But then I was running the audio through the UX2 and I played an isolated vocal. The isolated vocal didn't have crackling on it, and neither did the backing for this particular song that I was getting ready to analyze. But then when you put them both together, then you get the crackling on it. So it was yeah, sporadic and totally random as to when this was happening, or maybe just filling in too much frequency was making it crackle, and it wasn't a clipping issue or anything like that. The volume was, you know, about half, if not kind of a quarter of where it should be before even getting to clipping, so it wasn't that problem. Anyway, I think it was just a driver issue, but it was so weird that it was the changing the output that was making it all go wrong. Whereas it shouldn't really matter where you route the audio to, because the audio is being created and then you route it off to the output, to the speakers. So the fact that that was being affected by the output during the process of recording, super weird. So anyway, yeah, couldn't figure that out, and I was just thinking that it must be a driver issue, something rogue that the UX2 is throwing in there, even though I'm not using that as an input. It's not recording anything from the UX2. So yeah, the UX2 is now no longer, it's actually on the amp behind me, because I just had to get it out of the way in order to set everything up. So yeah, really weird stuff going on, but now we are fine apart from the AI emoticons. So thank you for that, Vicky, and Sarah's donated $2 as well, so thank you for that. Oh, and the likeometer is not moving, and I know why that is, because I'll tell you what, I'm gonna have to set this up again. So let's get rid of the likeometer. Let's go over here, and it's obviously got confused with all of the fireworks. There you go. So we are at a 464, I believe. So yeah, thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. If you can keep on doing that, that would be great. If we hit 520 tonight, we'll have a FilJam. We'll bust out the guitar at the end of the live stream. So getting back into it, thank you, yeah, Sarah, who's made her third donation in the super chat window. Thank you for that. And the message is, try not to overthink the AI. So thank you, Jan as well, who has donated 50 Norwegian kroner. And the message is 1984. And there goes Kansas. What happens when FilJam starts? Show a birdie. So thank you for that. So Mark has also donated $5. So thank you for that, Mark. And the message is, you rock and you bring reality to us all. AI is no match for our brains. Just use that extra 2 to 5%. So thank you for that, Mark. And yeah, I guess the problem is when humans are programming the AI, the problem isn't with AI, it's with the humans that are programming. That's the major issue. Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be humans are the issue, because we could literally just unplug everything, but then, you know, we'd go back to the dark ages of, yeah, everything that we do nowadays is technology based. And I was having a conversation with my brother-in-law about this recently, just at the weekend actually, where we were talking about technology, and actually we were talking about aliens, but moving away from aliens, we're talking about technology and how if everything got destroyed and the people who made it all happen, they died, what would happen? Because I don't know how to make a phone. I don't know how Wi-Fi works. I know the principle, but I don't know how to create it all, and you know, to make a microchip and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, what would happen? Everything would grind to a halt, and we'd go back to I don't know when. You know, maybe. Well, you know, we've figured out the wheel. I know how that works. So yeah, and a bike with a chain, that'd be okay. So, but then again, you'd have to manufacture the parts for that. So the chain, if you're going to make that out of, yeah, kind of what, steel or some kind of, or, you know, aluminium. But, oh no, aluminum. How do they say it over in the USA? You say aluminium a really weird way. And it's not how we say it here in the UK. But anyway, past all of that, yeah, I think even making the most basic thing would be really difficult. So yeah, certainly, I think we'd go back. If people who, you know, knew how to make everything died, we'd be in a lot of trouble. So anyway, let's move on from technology, all that kind of stuff. Stormcloud has donated $1.99, so thank you for that. And it's a cat doing, I think, a wave or a number one or something like that. So thank you for that. And Orlando has donated $5. Thank you for that, Orlando. And the message is, everybody Wang Chung tonight, spike the likes, with lots of thumbs up. And then Orlando donated again, saying $5 was the donations, but he is saying, I am helping to reach that goal with another spike of the like. So thank you for that, Orlando. Oh, that was from Orlando's other account. So thank you for that. So I can see everyone saying aluminum. So aluminum. So that's what people say over in the USA for aluminium. Aluminum. So yeah, we have in there. I mean, we say it how it's spelt. Aluminium. Aluminium. That is how it's spelt. So yeah, I don't know where. Now I do know where aluminum. It's really difficult to say that when you want to say it another way. So aluminum. There you go. So right, moving on. There have been donations in the PayPal window, so thank you guys for these. And I'm quickly going to jump into these. And first of all, we had one from Bruce for £4. So thank you for that, Bruce. And that is a straight up donation. And then we had a donation from Marketta for £5. So thank you for that, Marketta. And that's a straight up donation as well. And Roseanne has donated £10. So thank you for that, Roseanne. And the message is, hi Phil, here's a fun question. If the popular hairstyle for 80s rockers had been a crew cut, would we now be seeing you with a crew cut? By the way, I actually love your hair long the way you have it. So thank you for that. And I'm just going to skip that advert. So yeah, my hair at the moment is too long because, as you can probably see, we have a bit of a curl going on one side, but then the other side is not curling. So I've got to kind of keep pushing it out of my eye, and as you can see, there's a bit of a gap in order to make space for my eyes. This side's curling, which means I can see out of that eye. This one isn't, so I have to push it out of my face. So yeah, definitely need a haircut at the moment with this fringe, but thank you for that, Roseanne. And so if the 80s rockers look was a crew cut, would I have a crew cut? I don't know. Maybe. I think it's just whatever the style is that you're into, that's what you have. So it doesn't really matter what it looks like. So like if people who are really into Elvis Presley, for example, they're not going to have a crew cut. They're going to have the classic Elvis Presley hair, all kind of, gelled and in position, and the kind of the curl that comes over the top. So yeah, everyone has a particular style that they're into, and whatever that style may be. So I guess it's the same for like punk rockers, having a crew cut, having their hair, or like the Mohican, all that kind of stuff. So with those, I don't know how. There must be some product in order to get your hair to go up into a spike and not just to kind of fall over, because that was all the rage in the 80s as well with that look. But yeah, so whatever the look is, whatever you're into, just go with it, and it doesn't really matter what that look is. But I suppose everything could be reversed and then everybody would look exactly the opposite to how they do. Anyway, thank you for that, Roseanne. And Sylvia has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Sylvia. And the message is, good day, Australia here. How many AC/DC t-shirts do you own? Good question. I think the answer is too many. It's either 4 or 5. Something like that. So yeah, I do have a lot of AC/DC t-shirts. So I mean, I could probably go through almost a whole week on the channel just wearing different AC/DC t-shirts, because I think it's just a kind of shirt, or it's just the shirt when somebody knows that you're into music, or you're into kind of hard rock and all that kind of stuff. People just go for AC/DC and then they'll get you an AC/DC t-shirt. So yeah, I've got either 4 or 5. So you can tell I've got a lot because I've lost count of how many I have. But thank you for that, Sylvia. And Cindy has donated £40 as well. Thank you for that, Cindy. And the message is, hi Phil, sorry to hear of your ongoing tech problems. It seems like when you update one thing, it makes something else fail, like Domino's. Speaking of which, I bet pizza would help. I'm sure I've heard that pizza contains a natural gremlin repellent. So thank you for that, Cindy. And yes, updating stuff always makes things fail, but yeah, just multiple failures unfortunately recently. But yeah, I'm not sure whether pizza helps or not. And I mean, the problem with having technical difficulties is that for dinner tonight I had peanut butter on toast because obviously I'm live streaming tonight, and I had to make sure that everything's working, that I wasn't getting the frame rate issue with the camera, which I was, but then I figured out a way to solve it without having to open up Google Meets or Zoom. And all I needed to do was just reset the camera on my software. So my software that I use to make my videos and stream. So yeah, I could do that, which is great. And that was a quick solution to that. But then I think just wiring everything, making sure it all works, it takes a lot of time. So yeah, I didn't have time really to make any proper dinner. I just had a bit of toast. But yeah, it means that later on I will probably have some kind of snack, and I don't know what that snack is going to be, but it might be quite a large snack made to make up for dinner. So anyway, thank you for that, Cindy. And Nicole has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that. The message is, hello Phil, you told us that the covers were requested by your patrons, but maybe some cover was your personal choice. Wish, good luck, kiss, and run and rock. So thank you for that. And I'm trying to think, I know that probably Don't Slow Down by Mr. Mister was a track that I decided to do just because I wanted to do it. It was on my workout playlist, and I thought, because I listened to it so much, I think, it's, I'd like to do a cover of that particular song. So that's what I did. So I'm trying to think of other ones. Maybe Miles Away by Winger. That might have been one that I did. I can't remember now, but I know that a lot of them were requested. But generally, yeah, I mean, something like Winger, it probably had to be mine. But then again, I think the Dokken tunes, I think those were requested. So yeah, lots of people request lots of different things. So I think what I have now is I've turned down the brightness on the camera, and now my lights are getting dimmer, so the batteries on the lights are running out slowly. So there we go. When I change one thing, another thing will change. So maybe if we jump into the cover video for tonight, which by the way is between All Right Now and Lay It on the Line. So if you want to see either of those two songs, vote for it at the top of the live chat room. Obviously, it's going to be my version of either of those two songs. But while that's going, I might be able to change the lights in order for it not to get too dark. So, yeah, it looks like it's getting dark on my screen. But I did make it darker, as requested. Right. Thank you for that, Nicole. And the message is... and there's another message that's come through from Steve with a donation of £5. Thank you for that, Steve. And the message is, how do you make your electric guitar sound like an acoustic one? So thank you for that, Steve. And yeah, I'm not really sure. I know that there are different plugins and things that you can get that might do that. So yeah, I don't really have an answer for that, unless that's asking me how I do it. Maybe at some point I played my electric guitar and it sounded like an acoustic one. I do not know. So I'm not sure what that question refers to. But yeah, I mean, just getting a true electric guitar or getting a true acoustic guitar sound from an electric guitar, yeah, it's something that's going to be very difficult to do indeed, unless you've got a processor or something that's amazing at modeling a sound of an acoustic guitar and literally taking that input and then changing the sound. But yeah, I don't know. So all I have is just going through my amp. I just go through clean, my line 6, and that's the line 6 Spider 3 HD 150. That's what I use. So when I go clean, that's what I change to. I wouldn't say that it sounds like an acoustic guitar, but it just sounds like a nice clean tone for an electric guitar. So anyway, thank you for that, Steve. It might be the case that when I'm going into the computer with an acoustic guitar, it might sound like the electric guitar, just because I'm kind of going DI. I'm going directly into the computer so that you get that straight signal, and maybe that'll make it sound a little bit less like an acoustic guitar, because it's dealing more with the signal. You're not hearing it really coming out of the body of the guitar and in the acoustic space where it is being played. So anyway, thank you for that, Steve. And Tammy's donated £6.50. Thank you for that, Tammy. The message is, hi Phil, congratulations on hitting 441,000 subscribers. What mystery or phenomenon would so phenomenon would you love to solve or understand? Love and rock. So thank you for that, Tammy. Okay, what phenomenon would I like to solve or understand? I don't know. The problem with this is that if you do understand a phenomenon, then you could get kidnapped by the government or something, because, like, say for example it was aliens, or okay, so my answer for this is I would like to understand what is going on with just everything in the universe, but that's maybe a little bit too broad, but just with aliens and wormholes and space and things that happen that we can't explain. I would like to understand that. But the problem is, if I did understand that, then yeah, I'd potentially get kidnapped by the government, some secret agency that then wants to get all of that information out of me and use it for bad things. So yeah, I think that's the problem, that the more you understand, probably the more dangerous it becomes for you as a person, unless it's then common knowledge and everybody knows it, and then it's fine. So yeah, thank you for that, Tammy. And Debbie has donated £15, so thank you for that, Debbie. And the message is, hi Phil, I love the Boston/Whitney trouble analysis video. Did you catch how the Whitney cover vocalist took a breath in the middle of the word imagine? Isn't that vocal lesson number 1? No breathing in the middle of a word. Laugh out loud. You're the best. Love you, Debbie. So thank you for that. And no, I didn't spot that. I generally, when I'm watching a video and I've run it through the pitch monitoring software, generally I'm then just going to be looking at the pitch monitoring software and just determining whether it's pitch corrected or not, and whether it's then either mimed performance or not. And I didn't say that was lip synced or mimed. It might have been the case that they did multiple takes, and then a take that they did for that particular video, maybe she was breathing at a different point. I don't know, but I was just pointing out that it was pitch corrected. But anyway, so thank you for that, Debbie. And Lisa has donated £15.13. So thank you for that, Lisa. And the message is, hi Phil, hope you can upgrade your systems without too much hassle. Do you prefer music while out golfing? I like the solitude and natural noise. Congratulations on your ever-growing subscriber and patron numbers. You are obviously doing something right. So thank you for that. And yeah, I think if you're out, I'm just going to skip this advert. I was just imagining being out playing golf, and then you take like some kind of speaker system with you playing music out of it, or even having headphones on. Yeah, when you play golf, you're generally concentrating on what you're trying to do, which is hit this little ball into the hole that's miles away. So yeah, there are lots of things that can put you off, and yeah, I think music would put me off a little bit too much. But yeah, I just like the sound of just nature. And sometimes there are some birds making noises and calling to each other, and it can be a bit annoying when you're trying to concentrate, but yeah, that's just the deal. You have to put that out of your head. But lots of things put me off when I'm attempting to play golf. But thank you for that, Lisa. Right, what we're going to do is I'm going to change these lights. We're going to jump into tonight's cover video, which looks like it's going to be all right now. I'm just going to end that poll, and 52% of the vote, so it was a close one for tonight. Thank you guys for voting. And by the way, if you can hit that thumbs up, that would be great. We've already hit the target, which is amazing, so thank you guys for doing that. And it means we will be having a FilJam at the end of the live stream. I'll check how long the FilJam is to leave space for it at the end. But let's jump into this, my version of All Right Now, of course, by Free. And I'll catch you guys after. Rock! she stood in the street, smiling from her head to her feet. I said, hey, what is this now, baby? Maybe she's in need of a kiss. I said, hey, what's your name, baby? Maybe we can see things the same. Now do you wait or hesitate? Let's move before I raise the fucking rate. Alright now, baby, it's alright now. Alright now, baby, it's alright now. Let me tell you now. I took her home to my place, watching every move on her face. And she said, look, what's your game, baby? Are you trying to put me in shape? I said, slow, don't go so fast. Don't you think that love can last? And she said, love, Lord above. Now you're trying to trick me in love. Alright now, baby, it's alright now. Alright now, baby, it's alright now. And there we have it. That was my version of All Right Now. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And thank you guys for requesting that over on Patreon. Now, I'm just going to... Oh, the other thing is that with my new setup, I've got the sound of what's going on, which is always a bonus, for the live stream. And it's routed now to come out of the speakers, and I can control it with my new interface, which is good. So, but not that good, because when I then come back onto the screen, I then get a doubling of my voice. So anyway, we are fine now, and we're all right now, and we will see what happens at the end of the live stream, because we are going to be jumping into a FilJam quickly, just to address the donations that have come through over on PayPal. We almost got through them, but there's another one that came through from Vera for £7.57. So thank you for that, Vera. And the message is, hi Phil, I just have to tell you this. Last night I dreamed that you were my new stable boy. You were in my barn playing Paris Nord for the horses, then you saddled up a horse and took off with your hair blowing in the wind. Figure that one out. Have you ever been horseback riding in real life? In my dream, you handled that horse like an expert. Love you, Vera. So thank you for that. And I can't figure that one out. I don't know what that's all about. But I've never ridden a horse. And yeah, I'm not sure that I would. Just because a horse, and I've mentioned this before, I've got huge respect for horses because they are just pure muscle. I mean, what do they eat? Just hay or grass? And yeah, obviously when they grow, they've just got growth hormone that just makes them into just beasts of muscle. So the power that they have is just ridiculous. So if the horse suddenly decides, oh, I'm a bit bored of having a human on my back, and it starts trying to get the human off, it's actually quite a long way down to the ground. So yeah, I'm not sure that I would ride a horse. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems a little bit risky to me. But I can see the attraction of it, and it being relaxing and all that kind of stuff. But I think I'd just, maybe stroke the horse and give it some some grass. What else? Oh, and what about an apple? Do they eat apples? I think they might do. That might be a bit of a treat. So I'll just take some apples for the horse. But yeah, huge respect for horses. But thank you for that, Vera. And Bridget has donated £10 and 1 pence, so thank you for that. And the message is, hi Phil, what's happening on your computer is Apple Reactions. To turn off this feature, access the video settings within your video call app and look for a reactions option to disable it. Good luck and congrats on 440,000 subscribers. So thank you for that. And yeah, there might have been a while back, but yeah, we did figure it out in the end. And Lynn's donated £56 and 68 pence. Thank you for that, Lynn. The message is, there is an update for Mac OS 15.1.1 waiting in my queue. I think Sequoia, I don't know how to say it, is a Native American word. Skinwalkers, not gremlins. So thank you for that. And yeah, it's a word that I've never heard before. So I don't even know how to pronounce it. But thank you for that, Lynn. And Kim has donated £2 and 69 pence. So thank you for that, Kim. And the message is, hi Phil, huge congrats on 440,000. You're going to the stratosphere, right? I've been away for a bit and it's great to be back. How are your sister, nephews and parents doing? I love it when you talk about your lovely little family. All the best to all of you. Hugs from Canada, Kim. So thank you for that, Kim. And I went to see my nephews and, of course, therefore my sister, because I went to their house. So I saw them on Sunday. And yeah, that was, I was planning on Sunday to kind of, do editing and do planning for future analysis videos. But because of all of the stuff that I had going on with the, all the interface issues and things failing and all that kind of stuff, I decided just to have a few hours off. So I went around to my sister's house and with the nephews, we played a bit of pool because they have a pool table there. And then I played with my nephews on their Nintendo Switch, and we played a game called Mario Party. So that's something that I get involved with because I used to play that when I was at university with my housemates. It's quite fun. It's just lots of silly little games that the Mario characters play. But yeah, that's quite good because they all know how to play that. Even though I don't know how to play the games, I have played computer games for pretty much my whole life, so I can figure it out quite quickly. And yeah, we just had fun playing a bit of Mario Party. But there you go. Thank you for that, Kim. Everybody's fine. And Karen's donated £6 and 5 pence. Thank you for that, Karen. The message is, hi Phil, congratulations on hitting 440,000 subscribers. Les Baxter said, any good music must be an innovation. Do you agree? Your live stream has definitely been experimental. Laugh out loud. I don't care for AI myself, yet you showed a great sense of humour about the glitches that came with your hand movements. Thanks for all you do and for being you. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that. And well, I wouldn't say that good music has to be an innovation or anything like that. You can have some innovations that some people might see as a negative thing. So for example, in 1998 with auto-tune, that was an innovation at the time, and it's the first time anyone had heard it. And then who would have known then, 20 years later, that, I mean, even less than that it's something that then spawned pitch correction, which is now an industry standard. So you could say that that's an innovation. But I know a lot of people who don't like or don't think that auto-tune vocals or pitch corrected vocals is good. They don't like the sound of it. So that's an innovation that I think probably contradicts that point. Obviously, it's all subjective. So somebody might think that any innovation means that it's good. But yeah, I think that you have to hear the result of the innovation first to then decide whether you like it or not. So yeah, it's impossible for every innovation to make good music. So yeah, I don't think that's necessarily true, that particular quote. Or should I say, it might be true to the person saying it, but I don't think that, something that's innovative is automatically going to be amazing. Again, AI, you could say that. Just from tonight's experience with my live stream, I would say that it's been a little bit more annoying than good. So yeah, there you go. Thank you for that, Karen. Right, we are going to be... Oh, it's 2 minutes. Oh, I didn't check the backing track. I don't know how long it is. 8 minutes and 22 seconds. Right, we're going to have to jump into that, like literally in a second. So, let me have a little look through. Oh, the super chat window. We've had some donations in there, and I just totally went through it too quickly, so I've totally lost my place. Now, I think... Oh, it's Orlando who donated, and then Diane donated $2. Thank you for that. And the message is... time for food talk. Did you actually eat dinner? Oh, I already answered that. So I had some toast with peanut butter on. Long Island Hillbilly has donated $19.99. Thank you for that. And the message is, thanks, Phil. I enjoyed the analysis videos and you displaying your non-pitch corrected talent. So thank you for that. Karen donated $10. Thank you for that, Karen. The message is, I follow a couple other ladies from England for health reasons, but have a question. They always talk about eating at Nando's. Do you eat there? And if so, what's so great about it? So thank you for that. And I don't know, I don't eat there, but I've been there once, and it's just chicken, I think. From what I had, what I saw, it was just chicken. And I think it's for people who like spicy chicken, and I don't like spicy food, so I just had, I think it was lemon chicken or something, like the least spiciest version of it. But I know that a lot of people are into Nando's. And actually, I just had an image that flashed in my mind that was like Nando's, and it had maybe a picture of a chili underneath it. And I don't know whether my mind has just made that up. But that would go with what I'm saying, that it's about, having chicken that's got that spiciness to it. And yeah, I'm not a fan of that at all. So no, I don't go to Nando's. Thank you for that, Karen. And Giraffes Incorporated has donated $20. Thank you for that. And the message is, greetings, Phil, from SoCal, Southern California. Appreciate your music analysis videos. Happy almost American Thanksgiving to you. Jana. So thank you for that. And yeah, we don't have Thanksgiving here, so yeah, I'm not even sure when that is, but have a great one if you are over in the USA. And Jan's donated 50 Norwegian kroner and says, have you tried a big muff? Don't think dirty. Distortion gave one back to original owner 10 years after. So thank you for that, Jan. And I'm trying to think if I actually had one. It's kind of one of those pedals that somehow you end up owning, even though you don't know how you got it. And I don't think I have one, but I might, because I can see it so clearly. I might have one somewhere, but I've never actually purchased one myself. It might have been something that's been given to me by somebody else. So, but I've never actually tried it. So I might have one somewhere. But the thing is, as soon as I got my Line 6 HD 150, Spider 3 HD 150, that just gave me the sound, the distortion, everything that I wanted. So using individual pedals and daisy chaining them and all that kind of stuff isn't something that having a pedal board, for example, isn't something that I've done. I just have it all stored in this amp and then trigger it with my pedals on the floor. So thank you for that, Jan. And Totoro Porco's donated $5. Thank you for that. And the message is, was that your drumming on all right now? It sounded, if so, it sounded mighty fine. So thank you for that. And I mean, my drumming is really, if you listen carefully, my drumming is really basic. So, I do what I can to get away with things. But, I'd say certainly drums, by far, are my weakest instrument. So there you go. But, it's a bit of a shame that recently... I was going to say it's a bit of a shame that recently, when I say recently, I mean over the last 3 years. Is it? I think it might be over 3 years now. I've had this issue with my arm. So it means that, playing guitar's fine. Even playing keys triggered it's actually a tendon and a ligament. When I was playing keys, just stretching out my hands, triggered this... I think it was the tendon that it didn't like. So same thing for hitting things. That would trigger it as well. So playing guitar, thankfully, is fine. So I haven't done anything in the drums or keys vicinity very, very briefly over the last 3 years, because I might have tried it once and then realised, my arm's hurting. And the problem with ligament and tendon damage is that once you then kind of trigger it again, it's then going to take potentially months to get back to where you were and, doing all the physio and stuff. So, I'm avoiding all of that stuff at the moment. But hopefully, fingers crossed, my arm has been feeling a little bit better more recently. And, I'll let you guys know whether it's getting to the point where I can actually do a little bit of exercise other than the physio, because it feels like it might be getting to that point. So hopefully, fingers crossed. But of course, last thing I'm going to do is start, smacking things on a drum kit or playing keys and thumping a piano or anything. I'm going to kind of leave it for quite a while, make sure everything's fully recovered before, then getting back to anything. And getting back to golf as well. I know that golf, that movement is something that kind of triggers it as well. And I'm, just waiting at the moment for the ligament. The tendon, I think, is fine. It's just this ligament that's kind of on that part of my arm. That ligament just is taking ages. But then I did read that ligaments take the longest. Tendons will heal faster than ligaments. So there you go. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting for it. But anyway, thank you for that. Vince has donated $5 as well. So thank you, Vince. And the message is, Phil, I was on the road listening to the live stream until just now. Sorry, this is late. In the US, the word is spelled aluminum without the I near the end. Well, I did not know that. So why would you spell it differently? I don't know. I guess there are lots of things that are spelled differently over in the US, like using a Z instead of an S. Like analyzing. There you go. Which is channel specific or channel relevant. So maybe it's just obviously one of those things. Right, we are going to be jumping into tonight's FilJam, and I've turned on the microphone. This is going to be experimental. We have the Strat plugged in. We have almost got the pedals within reach. I'm going to zoom out, put that out of the way, and right, let's click on this. Click on Joe's message and mute that. Right, so this is atmospheric rock ballad jam guitar backing track And then in brackets, B minor / 78 beats per minute for you tempo fanatics. And right. This is from Now You Shred backing tracks, and it's got U in capital letters. So, right, let's unmute that. And let me know if you couldn't hear this. Okay, right, levels are good. I'm still trying to get it sorted at my end. Okay. Still got like 3 minutes left of this. Let's do a little bit of this. Oh, Joe says it does have an end. Beware. Thanks for the heads up. Oh, I just tried to stop it and it went to replay it. So there we had it, and I got away with the ending. I wasn't watching to see actually when it was going to end, but I was on a bend and I could turn it down and got away with it. So there you go. That was a long one tonight. Atmospheric rock ballad, jam, guitar, backing track, then in brackets B minor /78 beats per minute from Now You Shred backing tracks. So, and that's U in capital letters. So there we have it. And yeah, I think the first few minutes of that I was just trying to figure out hearing the backing track and getting my guitar so that I could hear the guitar and the backing track at the same time. But there we go. That was it. We got there in the end, so then I could hear everything. And there were a few changes there, so it was important that I heard what was going on. But anyway, thank you, Joe, for sending me that over on Patreon. And we are up to date with everything. So thank you guys for tuning in for this somewhat experimental live stream with AI and everything kicking off. But we are going to be here again tomorrow night for another analysis video, so look out for that one. And we're going to be live streaming on Saturday night, as always, 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, and I will be here. If you could join me again, that would be very much appreciated. Where we might have emoticons, we might not have. I'm going to see what all the options are, and I think maybe the thumbs up one was quite good. But the other one's not so sure about. So we will see what happens on Saturday. So yeah, we'll also be going for a new likes record, I think, on Saturday. So if you guys can join me then, that would be great. And Sue's just popped in and said, I just made it, sort of. Hope it was a great live stream. And that was with a $19.99 donation. So thank you for that, Sue. And yes, you're right at the end. We're just about to go our separate ways until Saturday, or at least until tomorrow night where I have another video. But thank you for tuning in. And all that's left for me to say is try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!